Welcome back, champions. Today we are stepping into the ancient corridors of Roman philosophy, a place where ideals were not just believed, but embodied. Our focus is on veritas, that unyielding commitment to truth and honesty. This is not just about lofty principles spoken in whispers of the past. This is about how veritas shaped lives, forged legends, and still calls out to us today to stand unwavering in the face of falsehood. Expect to feel the power of this ancient virtue as we unfold its essence and learn how to harness it to bring honesty and authenticity into every corner of our existence. The Roman Empire's rise to dominance wasn't due solely to its military might or political prowess. Beneath the marble statues and grand arenas lay a deeper force that held the empire together: veritas. This virtue was more than just a word inscribed on temples or spoken in Senate halls. It was the very breath that gave life to Roman integrity. Cicero, the statesman and philosopher, once said, "Truth is the foundation of justice." He knew that without veritas, there could be no trust, no strength, no enduring legacy. But what does it mean to live with veritas? It means facing the darkness within and without flinching. It means refusing the comfort of self-deception and choosing instead the harder path of truth. Imagine the senators of Rome, their ambitions swirling like storm clouds, yet knowing that their power was fleeting if built on lies. Veritas was the bedrock upon which trust was laid. Trust among soldiers in battle, trust between ruler and ruled, trust within one's own conscience. We too are called to this path, to stand against the tide of modern half-truths and veiled facades. Embracing veritas is not a simple act. It is a declaration of war against falsehood in all its forms. It is saying, I choose truth over convenience, authenticity over approval. Seneca, the stoic philosopher, put it with piercing clarity: truth is the only safe ground to stand on. This ground is where the strongest among us build their lives. Look around today, and you will see a world where masks are worn not for safety, but for appearance. People hide behind illusions of success, behind curated images and words tailored for approval. But there is a cost to this: a silent erosion of the self, a dissonance that gnaws at the soul. Living without veritas is living in a prison of one's own making, shackled by the weight of lies and facades. When we choose the veritas, we choose freedom. Freedom from the chains of pretending to be what we are not. Freedom to face ourselves in the mirror and meet our own gaze without shame. A life rooted in honesty may not always be comfortable, but it is always strong. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This is not just advice. It is a call to action that echoes through time, a beacon for all who wish to build a life of unassailable integrity. But why does veritas hold such power? Because truth carries with it an undeniable force. It pierces through the layers of deceit that shroud the world, cutting straight to the heart of things. It is said that Julius Caesar, in his rise to power, understood the gravity of truth, not just in the political sense, but in the personal one. For him, it was better to be known as decisive and true, rather than calculating and insincere. He knew that even the sharpest strategy could fall if rooted in falsehood. And so we must ask ourselves, are we living with veritas? Do we confront uncomfortable truths, or do we retreat into comforting illusions? There is no shame in admitting fear. Fear is human. But to let that fear dictate our relationship with truth is to weaken the core of who we are. The Roman poet Juvenal wrote, "No one can long hide behind a mask." What are the masks we wear, and what would it take to remove them? When we embrace veritas, we step into a realm where our words align with our actions. where our promises are not mere breath, but binding contracts of the soul. We build a reputation that cannot be easily tarnished because it is not built on shifting sands. And when life tests us, and it will, we will stand firm, for we have chosen a path that does not waver. As Plutarch noted in his writings, those who commit to truth have a light that cannot be extinguished, a resolve that cannot be bent. This commitment to veritas transforms not just our actions, but our being. We become living testaments to the power of truth, and those around us feel it. They see it in the steadiness of our eyes, the unwavering tone of our voice. This is not arrogance. This is conviction. To live with the veritas is to be the black sheep that has been chosen, to break free from the herd and lead with unflinching honesty. It is a path not for the faint-hearted, but for those ready to forge an inner strength that outlasts any storm. To live in truth is to stand ready for the challenges it brings. Veritas is not just a moral choice, it is a sword and shield, a weapon to face adversity. Think of the generals who knew their battle plans would mean nothing if not grounded in clear-eyed reality. There is a kind of unassailable power in truth, a momentum that breaks through deception and fear. Pliny the Elder spoke of it when he wrote, "Truth comes out in the end. It can be submerged, but not drowned." It is this truth that becomes our armor, repelling the corrosion of deceit. When we embrace truth, we open ourselves to a life that is fearless. The fear of exposure, of judgment, and of failure becomes a whisper in the storm of our conviction. Our relationships, too, become reflections of this strength. Those who know us will see in us a person unafraid to speak with honesty, even when silence is easier. Such courage calls others to rise, to shed their masks, and to seek the substance behind appearances. Imagine what it would mean if we, as a community, upheld veritas in everything we did. A world where people speak with intention, where trust is not just a word, but a living, breathing agreement. Imagine the children growing up learning that truth is not just a virtue, but the backbone of a life well lived. The Roman scholar Tacitus once said, "Truth is confirmed by inspection and delay, falsehood by haste and uncertainty." Let us be the ones who practice patience, who inspect our actions and words, ensuring that they are forged in the fires of truth. The challenge of living with the veritas is not without its struggles. There will be times when standing by truth isolates us, when it brings conflict or loss. But what is lost is often the superficial, and what is gained is priceless. A core so strong that nothing external can shake it. To those who would choose the easier path, remember this: the price of living a lie is far higher than any temporary pain honesty may bring. For in that truth, we find an unshakable peace, a loyalty to ourselves that no storm can break. So I ask you to step forward with me. Let us break the chains of illusion and choose a life where a veritas lights our way. In this choice, we reclaim our power and become architects of a reality where truth reigns supreme. Trust in this path, for it leads not to mere survival, but to a life that is deeply, meaningfully lived. If this message has inspired you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's continue to build a community where ancient wisdom fuels modern strength. Explore our other videos and expand your understanding. Let these virtues guide your steps and deepen your resolve. Until next time, champions, stay strong and stay committed to your path.